be at ease, be chill, be, you know, whatever, be for real. That was a bar. I should have been signed. I should have been signed, or maybe independent, because I hear about like 360 deals. Anyway, and then I got neighbors who just now they want to start talking and all that and barking and I don't know. Ugh. If anybody else has like noisy neighbors that makes it harder for them to film, let me know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But back in those times, oh my goodness, it sounds like I'm in the 1500s or something. When I was younger, if I had my we gotta wait till the noises go by, because noises are gonna be noises, right? Yay.
Hello, and hello. I am Crystal, and this is my channel, Makeup Mental. We're gonna travel in time. We're gonna go back. All right. It's a little vulnerable moment, sharing these hairstyles, or if not these hairstyles, I guess these time periods or whatever. Gonna get a little vulnerable, but I think it's a little necessary. So I said to myself, hey, Crystal's like, what? I'm like, what about I go back and rate my hairstyles from when I was a child? So from like maybe, I don't know, from maybe like 10 years old, or like, I don't know how far back is actually gonna go, but I do have a feeling that I'm going to see some hairstyles that I haven't seen in a while. So we're gonna take a look at them and see what's going on. So I'm rating 1 through 5. For reference, I'll be using my phone to take a look at these hairstyles. I will say that a part of me feels embarrassed just a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's just like, I don't know, a part of me feels a little giddy going back in time with these photos and these hairstyles. Hairstyle one, girl, oh my gosh. Hairstyle 1 is giving, I don't want to say, okay, I don't know. But what I will say, okay, oh my goodness, I hope I don't cheese, or I hope I don't smile throughout this entire video, but it is what it is if I do. So hairstyle 1, this buzz cut, this blonde buzz cut, and I went together like this. We went together like this, and there was almost nothing you could do to separate me from my blonde buzz cut. All right, I'm going to give this a 5. I think I was like 19 here, maybe. You could not separate me from my blonde buzz cut. Again, we went together like this. I might actually put photos of other instances or other times where I actually had my blonde buzz cut, because girl, well, okay, so here's the thing also about that. Okay, so it was, first I wanted my hair to be cut bald in the beginning. Like I wanted to have a buzz cut in the first place, and my parent who I went to, I asked her if I can get my hair cut, you know, like I wanted everything to be cut. I don't know if she thought I was having a Britney Spears moment. Obviously respect to Britney Spears, you know, respect to Britney Spears and everything she's gone through. I'm simply saying, I don't know if she thought I was going to have, or if I was having a Britney Spears moment or what, but at first my parent was like, no, you cannot cut your hair. And then the second time, because I continued to bug her over and over again about wanting to cut my hair. Because see, when I was younger, much like today in a way as well, when I was younger, if I had my mind set on something, I was gonna do it with or without permission. That's how I felt. Okay, and sometimes that's exactly what ended up happening. Like I've always been a determined person, if that makes any sense. Like if I see the vision and it's something I want to do, God willing, it's gonna get done. The second time I asked to get my hair cut, I remember it almost as if it was yesterday. She was on the phone, and I think I might have strategically asked her if I can get my hair cut while she was on the phone. If you know, you know. I think she was just like, you know, give it a thought, you know, like think about it again and then come back to me. If you're still feeling the same way, we'll get your hair cut. And I'm already thinking to myself, I already asked you if I can cut my hair and you're talking about giving it a thought. I grew frustrated. What ended up happening, I had a relative that was like interceding on my behalf to get my hair cut, and I think that's literally what ended up happening. My very first haircut, or my very first buzz cut, I ended up dyeing my hair blonde. So it wasn't just a regular like vroom, you know, like a regular vroom, you know, like shaving or whatnot, or cut or however, whatever. It was actually me getting my hair cut and getting it dyed blonde at the same time. So I went in the deep end. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, but you cannot tell me You cannot tell me I wasn't giving women love women here. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me I wasn't giving sapphic, maybe STEM energy. I don't know STEM energy, but there's something about me when I look at this photo and I'm like, I already knew. But anyway, I would rate this, okay? I think I would rate this a 5 because again, me and my blonde, we went together like white on rice. So this is hairstyle 1. Who remembers micro braids? Is it micro braids? I think these are micro. Who remembers micro braids? See, for me, and I think I might actually put it in the video, I'm not certain, but for me, when I did micros, I did wavy micro braids, I did curly micro braids. These are currently straight micro braids. And this shirt that I'm actually wearing is called Save the Whales. I don't know if you guys remember that back in the day, but these are straight, okay? These are straight micro braids, and let me just say right now, the fish face or duck lips, what have you, had me in a chokehold, okay? And they still do. They still do. Not too much on me, but anyway. However, what would I give? What would I truly give the micro braids? The straight micro braids specifically. So, I think I'm gonna give this like a 3, between like a 2.8 and a 3. And the reason I say 2.8, because remember, we're rating from 1 to 5. 1 being the worst or not so good, and 5 being the best. I'm gonna give this a 2.8 or 3, simply because I feel like, at least now, probably back in the day, I probably really enjoyed it, but now I just feel as though micro braids, at least from what I'm looking at right now, I feel like the micro braids have little to no personality. Like, sure, I can braid them up, or I can do this, I could have done that, and I probably did, but it's just something about them that look lifeless to me. However, back in the day, I stayed with a camera in my hand. I don't care if it was a phone or a disposable camera or something. I always kept a camera. I always kept a camera in my hand at some point, rather. I mean, as you can see. But I you know, I mean, for the time period, I feel like the micro braids, they look decent. They look all right. Man, memories. So this hairstyle, and I'm looking at this and I really miss those gold hoop earrings. I really do. You guys remember, does anyone remember like those little shallop or shrimp looking earrings or whatever? I gotta give me some. I gotta give me some more. So this hair looks like Pixie braids. Do y'all? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Who remembers getting your hair braided or getting your hair did and your ends, the ends of your hair, they're being like, the ends of your extensions are being burnt to a crisp. Yes. These are Pixie braids. Okay, back in the day, back in those times, I would probably give this like, I don't know, what would I give this? I would probably give this a 3 or a 4. I would probably give this a 3 or 4. I would probably give it a 3 or 4 now, but back in the day, I loved it. But what I'm saying is now anyway, looking at my face, the ends of my hair that have been burnt to a crisp, they are actually poking me in my face. I don't think I like how that feel. I don't think I would like how that feels now. But back then, I think I actually enjoyed this hairstyle just because of how versatile it was, or how versatile it seemed. So back in the day, pixie braids were like the thing. Now, I don't know. I don't know exactly. And as you can see again, the fish face or duck lips had me in a choke hold then and even now. Honestly though, I think I changed my mind a little bit. I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. I think I'll give it a 4 back in the day, and I think I would give it a 4 now. I do. I think I would give it a 4 now as well. Oh my goodness, look at me with a watch on. The little detail there. I stayed with the watch on my arm, that's for sure. And I think this shirt that I have, I could be wrong, but I think this shirt that I actually have on actually had Betty Boop on it, like a silver lining or silver line drawing or something like that of Betty Boop on my shirt. I think that was my favorite shirt. I think it was my favorite shirt. Anyway, overall, pixie braids were definitely a thing. And overall, I'll give them a 4. I'd give them a 4. Okay, so I clearly have a scarf on my head here, and I'm throwing up the peace sign and whatnot. I still do the peace sign till this day. However, I think this hairstyle was like I had like braids to the back or something, and instead of like my braids being braided down all the way to the ends, I think what ended up happening was we used curlers to curl the hair and like dipped it in water and all that stuff. So I basically had like curly ends, if that makes any sense. And I don't know why why I want to say this, but I'm gonna give that a 5, especially today. Not only is it nostalgic for me, and I understand that having hairstyles that are braided to the back for me may not be the best thing. Definitely may not be the best thing for my fine hair. I know better now, right? I know better now, because back in the day I didn't really have much say over my hairstyles, but I probably for the nostalgia alone, and then also I kind of felt like it was something different, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like the typical hairstyles that I would see, you know, growing up, you know, like there was something called Iverson braids that I usually would get. Like I would have, I don't know how to describe it, but my point is, I think I would overall give this a 5. I think I'm gonna give it a 5. I really am. For the nostalgia alone, but additionally, because I really enjoyed the curly ends and I felt like I didn't see too many people, or I didn't see too many girls around that time with that. So overall, I think I'm gonna give it a 5. I think I'm gonna give it a 5. What am I looking at in the photo? I don't know. I absolutely have no idea. But Crystal was looking quite all right. I'm gonna give it a 5. If you guys recall, I literally just said something about when I buzzed my hair, or I got my hair buzz cut, or I got a buzz cut, and upon getting that buzz cut, I dyed my hair blonde. So this here is a photo of me when I basically either grew out the blonde completely and got a buzz cut. I don't know exactly if I had grew out the blonde already or if I had not been blonde for a long period of time before this photo or around the time this photo was taken, if that makes any sense. As you can see, I always loved me a nice robe. Old Navy, okay, I think I got this robe. It was a light pink robe, I think I remember. Old Navy was my store. You could not tell me nothing about Old Navy, at least back in the day, like 2014 for me. For me personally, it was like between 2012 and 2015 for me, that was peak Old Navy. That's just me though, that's just me though. I would say I'm gonna give this a 5. I'm going to give this a 5 because for me it was very important for me to be bald during this time, whether it was color or it's just my hair. It worked out though. I think I'm gonna give this a 5. I think I'm gonna give this a 5 too. Ooh, okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, so as you can see, the date says 2008. 2008. So how old was I? What, 12? 11 going on 12 here. And I was at GameStop. I was at GameStop with a parent. As you can see, I have my little pocket book. You know, I got my little, I think it was a Coach. I think it was a little Coach bag or whatnot. But yeah, I was 11 going on 12 here. Had my Coach bag. And oh my goodness, I have my earrings. Oh my gosh, I have my earrings. This pink jacket. So for those who don't know, pink is my favorite color. Has always been my favorite color. And I think this was my favorite. I think this was my favorite jacket back then as well. Anyway, this hairstyle that I have in was a crocheted hairstyle. Now let me tell you something. Whenever I got crochets, I understood that was one of like the easiest hairstyles to get around that time. That would like hold me over until I went to go get my hair did professionally again. However, I didn't really care for it much. Okay, so I think me back then, I would give it a, I don't know, me back then, I would probably give it like a 3 or a 4. No. I would probably give it a 3 back then. Now, personally, I would probably give it a 2. Although crocheting is easier, at least back then, I just don't think that it fits me. I don't think that it fits me now. As you can see, I have the crochets in there. I have the crochets. I'm stuck between a 2 and a 3 right now. A 2 and a 3. I'm gonna go with a 3. I'm gonna go with the 3 now. I think I'm gonna go with a 3. I think I said a 2 before, but I think I'm gonna go with a 3 now. Here is a bun. This was back when I used to get my Monica hairstyles, my Mary J. Blige shortcut hairstyles, and my Rihanna hairstyles. If you guys remember that time, I was present. I was there. This is my dog Oreo that I am posing with. Oh, and you can see the Hello Kitty. Oh my gosh. The Hello Kitty, as you can see, like the Hello Kitty, what is this? Hello Kitty curtains. My room was like Hello Kitty World or something. So I had already like cut my hair short. And so one of the easiest things for me to do was to like put my hair up in a ponytail and then make a longer ponytail and then like make that into a bun. Does that make sense? And then I would get the result here of what you're seeing. Back in the day, I didn't care for it. I did not care for this hairstyle. I really did not. So I think I would give this a 2 back in the day, considering how I used to feel about it. But now I would give this a 4. I would truly give this a 4. The only reason I'm giving this a 4 now is because first, I understand the convenience of a ponytail, like truly. Back then though, it was like, oh my gosh, like I don't go to my hairdresser for like another 2 or 3 weeks and I have to make this last. Or oh my goodness, I'm not going to get my hair braided for like another, like, you know, like it was kind of like a pity hairstyle for me. It was like a pity hairstyle. However, now I do appreciate like a good, you know, like a bun. I won't wear this for a long periodically time. No, but seriously, I won't wear this hairstyle for a long period of time just because I now am more educated on my hair, what my hair likes, what my hair needs, all that stuff. Now, especially now today, I would give this a 4. I would probably give it a 2 back in the day, but I'm definitely giving it a 4 now. When it came to curly, like when it came to the curly micro braids, for me, I'm giving that a 5 now. I'm giving that a 5 now. I don't like how, okay, so I will definitely say though, I'm looking at the hairstyle. I don't like how when we got braids back in the day, like we literally braided everything. Like leave my edges out. Like at least now how I am now, like leave my edges out. Leave my edges out just a little bit so my hair can breathe. But other than that, honestly, I'm giving this a 5. I really enjoyed this. And this Hollister sweater was my absolute favorite. It hugged me in the right places, had me looking right. It was my favorite. So I'm definitely gonna give this hairstyle a, look at it, it's full of body. Oh my gosh, like, okay, it's full of body. It's full of like volume in my opinion. I love this, I absolutely love this. Even though they took a long time to take down, who remembers this too? When you took down your braids or your micro braids, you started in the middle. Like when you take your hair down, you started in the middle. So that if you did not finish your hair, like the takedown process, you can still put it up in a ponytail and nobody would notice, you know, your natural hair underneath or whatnot. But anyway, I'm giving this a 5 now, and I think back in the day I would also give this a 5. First of all, ooh, honey, did anybody else, okay, so when it came to your micro braids, like the curly ones, did you use mousse for yours? I used to use mousse for mine. I used to use it to like refresh it or whatnot, but take me back to this period specifically, man. Not only am I getting the feels from nostalgia, but I really enjoy, as you can see in the photo, I felt like I was somebody. I'm giving it a 5. For this specific hairstyle, this was actually at my 8th grade graduation. And I had micro braids here as well, but they were the wavy kind. So there were like different pieces of hair. So you had the straight hair pieces, you had the wavy hair pieces, and then you also had like the curly hair pieces, and then I think crinkly too. Anyway, point being, I would give this hairstyle a 5 because, I don't know, it doesn't look boring to me like the straight micro braids do. It doesn't look boring to me. Back in the day, I would probably give this like a 3 because I didn't care for it much. I really liked the body. I really liked curliness. I'm definitely going to give it a 5. Because it doesn't look boring, you know? It doesn't look boring. And I think I had a half up, half down situation going. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 5. I don't know what I was doing here. I have no clue what I was doing. I don't know what I thought I was doing. It just is what it is, right? It is what it is. I don't know if this was an actual bun on my hair or if this was like a rolled up, I was very creative. I was very creative back in the day. I didn't care if you liked what I had on or not. I didn't care if you liked my hairstyles. I did a lot as far as, I don't want to say I did a lot, but I was very creative or forward thinking. I don't know. I don't know what I want to say. I think this is one of my hairstyles where I had to just like think quick on my feet on what to do with my hair until I got it did like the next week or next few days or something. I'm definitely going to I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm not even gonna give it a 1. I'm not gonna give it a 1. I'm gonna give it a 2. And I want to say I give it a 2 because I was innovative. I felt like I was innovative. Again, I don't know if this was a bun that just was not the color of my hair, because you can tell my hair is more of a brownish, something like that, and this is jet black on top of my hair. I don't know what I was doing here, but I'm definitely gonna give it a 2, at least a 2 for innovation. She deserves more than a 1 for sure. She deserves more than a 1, so I'm gonna give her a 2. And this is, I think, when I very first discovered giving myself bangs with a flat iron. Like I discovered how I could like make it flip, like, you know, flick of the wrist. Is that what they say? Flick of the wrist. I'm gonna give it a 2. So so do y'all remember when I was talking about, like, do y'all remember when I was just talking about like the Rihanna hairstyles and stuff? Baby, she was definitely an inspiration of mine when it came to my hair. When it came to my hair, she was definitely a inspiration. She was one of many. She was one of many. I'm gonna give this hairstyle, I don't know. Ooh, girl. I don't know. I feel like back in the day, I would probably give this a 3 because although I did enjoy the hairstyles, I just knew that it would not last as long as I wanted it to last. It was good though. It was definitely a moment. It was definitely a moment for sure. For presentation alone, I would probably give it a 3 back in the day, 3 or 4. Now honestly, I think I would keep it at a 3 or a 4, honestly. Wow, this didn't change. This did not change my opinion. I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised here, but I would still give this a 3 or 4. But again, Rihanna definitely back in the day, she was an inspiration. She was one of the inspirations for certain hairstyles. I would get, once again, 3 or 4. 3 or 4, which one? 3 or 4, 3 or 4, 3 or 4. I don't know. I'm probably gonna do like maybe I'll do like maybe a 3.6. I think that's fair. 3.6, a 3.6. I don't know. How can I explain this? Okay, so this was me with a quick weave, guys. This was me with a quick weave with bangs. I have bangs now. I have bangs now, but these were different. These were a different type of bangs. And this is my first time actually getting, I think, actually getting like a quote unquote grown woman hairstyle back in the day. I think I was in high school as well. Was I a freshman? I don't know if I was a freshman or a sophomore in this photo. Oh my goodness, guys. Honestly though, like for real, I think I would probably give this like a, back in the day, oh my gosh, girl, I think back in the day I would have given this a 5. I think I would absolutely have given this a 5 because I was in high school. I felt like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like it was that time period for me to graduate, quote unquote, graduate from this type of hairstyle to this type of hairstyle. So I was feeling, I don't know how to explain it, but I felt grown. Is that what I want to say? I think I want to say I felt grown. I felt grown, I felt grown. I had some bangs. I had a quick weave. I don't know. Judge me not. Judge me not. Now, I think for the nostalgia alone, I would probably give this a 4. The only reason I'm giving this a 4 is because I look back at certain photos and I think to myself, what the heck was I thinking when it came to bangs? Like, if I was asked, do you want bangs or something? And I said yes, what was I thinking? Because no. However, for the nostalgia alone, I'm gonna give it a 4 for sure. Who remembers Hollister? Like back when Hollister and Abercrombie and Fitch, they were like the talk of the town. I don't know. If you'd probably know what I'm talking about if you come from that era or whatever. But anyway, overall, oh my gosh, I think my nails are blue. Zooming in a little bit, I do. I think my nails are blue in this photo. I'm actually in the middle of blue nails right now. But anyway, yeah. Oh, and I got on some hoops. I have on some hoops. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give this quick weave a 4. For the nostalgia alone, but I don't know. I might take that 4 to maybe like a 3.3 or 3.5 because these bangs look like a freaking helmet. I don't know. Like who really, seriously, who let me come out the house like this? Why did my parents let me come out the house like this? But back then though, back then you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. So there we go. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 instead of a 4. I feel all the vibes. I feel the vibes here. Like, oh my goodness. That brings me to the end of this video. I simply wanted to go back in time, rate a few of my hairstyles that I had back in the day. Do you recognize any of those hairstyles? Did you have, at least growing up, did you have any of those hairstyles? Out of all of the hairstyles I showed, which was your favorite? Like, which was your favorite and why? Comment below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If they give you an option, okay, if they give you an option to hype up my video, okay, hype it up. All right, so not only would you be helping my channel, but you would also be helping this woman here, okay? Until next time.